Chapter 1. Purple Butterfly. You are listening at FameTV.info. The road was endless as the car sped on the sparse highway. The surrounding scenery was enveloping the entire horizon, as the sunset was reminiscent of the Spessartite. The family of four was enjoying the view in the national park through their semi-open windows. Wow! This is so awesome! A 13-year-old boy yelled out. Yeah, wait till we get to the waterfall. Another 16-year-old who was sitting in the back seat commented. Yeah. Can /T wait for that. The 13-year-old replied excitedly. The Breyer family was in the middle of their vacation in the Crimson Rock National Park. The whole national park was around 10,000 square kilometers and there were many ecosystems that it encompassed. They drove for another 2 hours till they reached a cliffside. There was a small paved road that ran parallel to the cliff. They parked the car on the left of the road and placed their blanket on the open spot near the woods. I want to see the waterfall. Can we go? Can we go? Austin, the 13-year-old boy, was really eager to see the waterfall. Yeah honey, we will go there after we fix all our things, okay? Okay. The boy nodded quickly. I am going for a walk, Drew, the 16-year-old boy, said to his mom. Don't /T go too far, there are plenty of swamps out there. Yeah, I won't /T go that far. He walked towards the nearby forest. He looked around for some time when he saw a light flickering in the nearby bushes. He approached the bush and looked inside and saw a weird butterfly that gave off purple light. When he took a closer look, the butterfly flew away in a certain direction. He quickly took out his phone to take a photo, but the butterfly was not staying still and moving around. He followed the butterfly for a minute and he didn't /T notice where he was going. When the butterfly got to a tree trunk, he pulled out his phone and took a quick snap. When he looked at the image, he couldn't /T see the butterfly. He looked back at the tree trunk and the butterfly was not there. Where did it go? He looked around, but couldn't /T see it anywhere. As he was turning around to leave, he started to feel drowsy. When he put his hand on his head, something was stuck on his hands. He looked at his hands and there was purple liquid smeared all over his palms. He tried to wipe it on his pants but it didn't /T go away. Meanwhile, his dizziness increased and his eyes turned blurry. He tried to keep his balance by leaning on the nearby tree, but before he could reach the tree he lost consciousness. Pant he woke up and gasped for air. He remembered he was chasing the weird butterfly in the forest when he suddenly lost consciousness. Keith, did you wake up? He heard an unfamiliar voice. When he turned around to look, he saw an old man sitting in a chair. He was wearing a black tuxedo and holding a cane in his hands. I guess the ritual worked. The old man mumbled. Who are you? And where am I? As he found himself in unfamiliar surroundings, he didn't /T know what to do. He directly asked the old man. You lost your memories. Can /T you recognize me? I haven't /T. As he was speaking, a sudden migraine stopped his train of thought. He was flooded with unknown memories of someone else he didn't /T recognize. After all the memories were absorbed, he opened his eyes. Grandpa Lex. He asked the old man. Seems like you still have your memories. He got up from his chair and came to his side. You get some rest now. I will send someone to bring you blood when you need it. He turned around and left the room. And don't /T dwell on what happened in the past. It will do you no good. He didn't /T get a chance to say anything because the door slammed shut. He got up from the bed and skimmed through all the memories he just received. From what he could remember, he was in a vampire colony in the Rhaenez continent, which is ruled by the vampire race. He was a descendant of a vampire count and was supposed to inherit the title, but his weak body and lack of talent made him the laughing stock of the family. His uncle strongly rejected his claim and instead suggested passing on the title to his son Marvin, who was already at the 7th stage of the blood condensing phase. He was almost as strong as a baron at his age. He was talented and also had a great physique. Almost everyone agreed to hand him the title of the Count, but the final decision rested on the elder of the family, his grandfather Lex. He was really fond of Keith, but he also had to stay as impartial as possible for the inheritance. He didn't want the family to break apart due to internal strife. Keith remembered that when he was walking in the castle corridor, Marvin made fun of him, but he ignored him until he talked about his father and how he left him because he was weak. You shouldn't exist in this world, loser. This was the last thing he heard before he lost consciousness. After he remembered that, he put his hand on his stomach, which was back to normal. Grandpa must have done something to heal me. But why am I feeling so close to him? I barely know him. Is it because of these memories, he wanted to get back to his own world, to his family, but he didn't know how. He sat down on his bed and thought about how he could get back to this world. But first, I need to survive in this world. He got up and walked to the mirror. There he saw his face, standing at 5 he was a little scrawny but his face was quite pale and charming. The red eyes gave off a cold aura around him. He noticed something on his forehead. He lifted his dark brown hair on his forehead and saw a purple mark engraved on it. Is that the butterfly blood? He came to this world due to the incident related to the weird purple butterfly, and now there was a mark on his forehead that was matching the blood of the butterfly. He didn't know what was the reason he was brought here. But he wanted to get to the bottom of this. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.